Thank you guys for jumping on. I'm sorry about last week. I didn't have internet, so I was trying to figure all of that out. And so now we got it up and running, and we're ready to go. So tonight we're going to talk about common coach obstacles, which, you occur throughout your don't throw that at me. You're gonna, oh my gosh, sorry. Usually I'm getting hit by Nerf darts. Throughout your coaching journey, you're going to have all kind of obstacles, and these ones are very common that are going to kind of be consistent throughout. So I'm just going to share some of them with you today. But first, I wanted to go over one of the groups that I have coming up that I'm really excited about. I haven't set a hard date actually for the start, but I'm thinking, let me see here. I think we're going to start it on the 5th. So, the 12th. So 2 weeks from now. So on September 12th, it's going to be a full lifestyle detox. I am going to be doing the Ultimate Reset, which if you don't know about the Ultimate Reset, it is a program, it's a strict program where you are basically detoxing your body of everything. And you actually go to a vegetarian diet, but you kind of like wean yourself off. But you're taking supplements, and it is a program where you're going to feel amazing afterwards. So I'm not requiring that everybody do the Ultimate Reset, but this is actually going to be the first time I do the whole program. And I'm really excited about it because I've only heard amazing things. But so anyways, this program is going into all avenues of life. So many of you know I'm going through crazy stuff right now in my life. And so I am like ready to just completely detox in all areas. So I am like purging my house, getting rid of all kinds of stuff, getting rid of the junk. And so this group is designed to do exactly that. So we're going to talk about things that we wouldn't usually talk about. We're going to talk about, going through your house and getting rid of things that you just don't need. We're going to talk about mentally how you can rid yourself of the negativity. Maybe it's people in your life, ridding yourself of negativity and of those toxic people. And I think everybody has toxic people in your life. But there's a way that you can set boundaries, and you can still, have working relationship, but yet set these boundaries and kind of release that toxicity out of your life and be able to live free and truly live the way that, God has intended us, which is free and joyful and in peace without all this worry and confusion and, all this crazy stuff that's thrown at us on a daily basis. So many people are bogged down with depression, with anxiety, with just feeling not good enough. And this program is going to be helping people to get out of that. So we're going to strip our bodies, strip our, our homes, our relationships, everything out from having any toxic things in our life. And literally, once we can rid ourselves of that, then we're working on building ourselves back up. So I'm really excited about this. We're going to be doing like Zoom calls, and it's going to be more of an intimate group. So be inviting to it. I mean, if it's something that you just want to be a part of, that's totally fine too. I'll post the link in our group. But this is going to be a program that, so for the people that don't want to do the Ultimate Reset, you can do the 3-day refresh. And so that's going to be, we'll start with the refresh, and then I will provide a more strict meal plan for those people, so that you're not like doing the refresh and then jumping back into your diet. You're still going to have a more strict meal plan so that you're focusing on whole foods and you're not going to have those toxins in your body, although you're not doing the actual reset. So, this is something that you want to be talking about now. You can almost approach it, if you want, in the way of like your back to school refresh, your back to school restart, however you want to word it. But I am calling it the lifestyle detox. So I went live on my page last night talking about it. I'm going to be talking about it a lot more. All of my posts are kind of all related, like the posts that I'm posting right now are kind of gearing up towards that group and talking about just how I myself am detoxing, and I'm, getting rid of things and taking off, my old self and putting on the new. So, start talking about it. Start just using that kind of lingo in your everyday posts if this is something you want to be a part of, and be inviting to. So that's going to be kicking off on the 12th. Then we have the health bet that is starting up in 2 days. So make sure you are aware of what that is and how you can be a part of it and how your customers can be a part of it. The month is not over yet, so be inviting, be, out there and engaging, and you could get 5 people to sign up between now and tomorrow. So don't give up. So many of you are so close to being in the Changing Lives Club, which is 3 people or more signing up with challenge packs. So don't give up. Push forward, finish this month out strong. And for those of you who have already hit it, congratulations. I'm really, really proud of you, especially Kirsten in her first month of kicking it off and totally just knocking it. Woo! Awesome job. I'm so excited. So, there's no better way to start your business off than to see just success like that. So congratulations. All right. You're welcome. Alrighty, so moving on to our team call, the bulk of our team call. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna shut my door here before my kids run in here and shoot me with their Nerf guns. Lock the door. Lock the door. Close it, please. All right, come say hi and then close the door. Brayden wants to say hello. You gonna come say hi? Hello.
Hi, Brayden.
No attacking with your Nerf guns, okay? Life with boys. It's always fun. All right. So I'm going to talk about 5 things that are, the most common coach obstacles. So if you want to write this down, some of this stuff might be helpful because, like I said, a lot of this you are going to encounter like as a brand new coach, but it continues throughout your entire, coaching journey. And so I want you guys to be prepared for this, and I want you to, learn how to get some thick skin right off the bat. So 1 is comparison. 2 is worrying about what others say about you. So having that judgment, having people judge you for what you're doing, what you're posting. 3 is being inconsistent. 4 is busy work. So you're consuming yourself with busy work rather than being productive. And then 5 is just not taking this business seriously. So number 1, let's dive in a little deeper. All right. So comparison. I'm sure you've all heard that saying of comparison is the stealer of your joy, right? And it can't be more true. And no matter whether it's in your fitness journey, whether it's in your sorry. My son is trying to shoot guns at me. So whether it's in your fitness journey or your coaching journey, honestly, it's in our nature to compare. Like that is just our human nature. And I did a post about this I don't know, it was either yesterday or today. I'm running on like no sleep. So these days are like blending together. Braden Joseph, no more. But you know, I still struggle with comparing myself, and like, it doesn't matter, you know, how successful you are, or it doesn't matter how thin you are. Like, you are always in your nature going to want to compare yourself and never feel good enough. And it's a lie. It's an outright lie, and we shouldn't listen to it. But that's where we have to learn to not listen to it, because every single person on planet Earth struggles with comparison and not feeling good enough. So one thing that I had to do, because like I said, I would compare myself in not only, you know, my own personal fitness life, physical life, but also in my business. And so, you know, those Thursday recognitions would roll around, and I would see this person rank advancing and this person rank advancing. And it became something that like would crush me. And I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why am I not where that person is? And I feel like I'm doing everything right. Like, what is it? And I had to learn to let it go, number one. But I had to, in some cases, take myself out of, you know, some of those other recognition groups, or take myself off of like Facebook and looking at those pages on those certain days. I actually even deleted people's accounts, like people that I followed on Instagram, because I'd like look at their body and I'd be like, oh, I want their body. Like, I try so hard. Why don't I have that body? Or why are they at this rank? And, you know, I would compare myself all the time, and it would like consume me, and it would make me feel not good enough all the time. And so I had to take that out of my life. I had to take apart, you know, those things that made me compare myself to them, and just block them out. And so I had to come to a place in my life where I was comfortable with who I was and where I was at. Now I'm finally there. But at the beginning, I was not. You know, I've been in this business 3.5 years, and I can say I'm finally at that point where I'm like confident in myself, in my business, and I'm not comparing myself. But it took me 3.5 years to get here. So I had to strip away the people and the groups and everything else that made me look at them and compare. Well, you know, along with that is just stop wasting your time browsing, right? Like, how many times do you like sit on Instagram and you're like, oh, look at that person. Oh, look at that person. Like, that's a total time waster. So I had to learn also like self-control, you know, like stop looking at those people, stop, you know, scrolling, because you're just wasting time and you're just hurting yourself. So, you know, stop with the browsing. Delete and unfollow people that you have to, or just choose to not go on those certain groups. If you struggle with comparison, don't go on those groups at those times. You know, another thing is, you know, what I had to learn to do, and I even told like our corporate rep, I was like, you know, I'm really sorry I'm not that active in our group, but like, I'm the type of person where I have to just put my head down and I put my blinders on and just go. Like, I can't be looking around. I can't be seeing what this person and that person's doing. Like, I put my head down and I work. And so, you know, that was something I had to learn to do, is block out all the commotion, block out all of the other things going on. Just put your head down, put those blinders on, and go to work, because that will help you to block out all the things that would, you know, make you compare yourself, and you're just going to go and get it done. So once you can do that, something that is helpful is to dive into some personal development. It is so important, guys, to build yourself up. This was another huge piece that I was missing at the beginning of my coaching business. I was constantly thinking like, oh, I'm good. Like, I don't need that. I hate reading. I don't need personal development, right? So I was just thinking like, I'm doing good in my business. I don't need it. But the truth was, I really did need it because I was struggling with all of these other things that I didn't realize could all be solved or helped through diving into personal development. So one good one is, if you are struggling with comparison, is called Confidence Code. That's a good one to read to help you. And, I read, but I also do a lot of listening to podcasts or Audible. I'm busy. I don't have a lot of time all the time. So I will listen to Audible books while I'm doing the laundry or doing the dishes or driving in the car. Those are the things that have helped me because it's doing, multitasking. So I don't necessarily have to sit down and read and be focused on that. I can be doing other things while I'm listening. And with that said, I want to just say, another good program that you could go through is the 30daypush.com by Shailene Johnson. And she will help you through that 30 days to really just learn the business and get your mind in the right place. And help you to, do your thing instead of comparing, to do you, because you're the person that people are going to be attracted to. And then, your action needs to be turning your wants. So turning, just saying, I want this, into your actual will and doing. So turning that, what you're wanting in your life to doing it. Like, don't complain. Don't say, well, this person's here, and then not do the work that needs to go into it. You need to put your head down and work, not just say, why am I not here? Like, sometimes you really just need to do a gut check, look at yourself and be like, okay, well, I need to stop comparing myself, but I also need to put in the work. And then if, you're putting in the work and something's not happening, then you consult somebody, consult your upline, talk about it, figure out a new way, and you'll get there. There's no secret sauce to this business. There's no right or wrong way. Every single person in here can be extremely successful. So, don't ever think that because this person does it one way, that's the only way to do it, and you have to do it that way, because that's not true. You be you, quit comparing, and do it the way you want to do it. Just put your head down and put in the work. All right, number 2 is those naysayers. We want to stop the judgment, right? It's like, as soon as I became a coach, I heard all of the stuff like in town. Oh, Amy's doing this. Oh, she's so annoying. Oh, all she posts is, Shakeology. What is that crap? Nobody needs shakes. Like, all this stuff, right? So people like blocked me, people unfriended me, whatever. I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't let it get to me, but I know some people like really get stuck on this. And this is where, you have to first say, okay, well, who is saying these things about me, right? Who is not believing in me? Number 1, it's probably people that just aren't looking out for your best interest or really want to see you succeed. But if it's somebody close to you, it's probably just because it's something new, and sometimes something new can be a little scary for people, and people can be just leery of it. So, don't let it get to you. Just validate yourself in knowing I'm doing the right thing. I know I have to do these vital behaviors, and let that fuel you to say, I'm going to prove them wrong. Because I will never forget, Melanie Mitro told me, because she had a lot of naysayers at the beginning as well. And, she said, I had to tell myself all the time that their opinions will not pay my bills. So it does not matter what they're going to say. I just need to do it. And, and then that other saying is, the opinions of sheep, or don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep, right? Because, guys, it's opinions. Like, anybody could say anything about anything. And who cares? Like if they're really ripping you apart or like unfriending you or whatever, then, you know, do you really want to be friends with them anyways? You know, like it comes down to sometimes like ridding yourself of those toxic people, like I was talking about before. And sometimes they rid you because they can't stand your positivity or they can't stand, you know, what you're doing, but that's okay. You know, and of course, if it's something, sometimes we do have to look at what it is people are saying. Like if it is something valid, you know, look at yourself, be like, they're saying this about me. Okay, let's look at my post. Let's see if, you know, somebody else was reading it, what they would think. Maybe they do have a point there. Maybe it could be a learning moment where you can tweak something and learn a lesson from it. But, you know, most of the time it's just because people don't like to see other people succeed. And unfortunately, you know, that's how a lot of people are. And I want to encourage you today, just nix the naysayers. Literally, as I said before, put your blinders on so that when people, you know, are throwing those darts at you, you don't even see it. You just keep going. You keep forging forward, and it doesn't matter. They're just going to bounce off, go a different direction, and you are just going to keep going on your path because it will pay off. So one thing that I would encourage you to do to help you get through this is, yes, number one, personal development. Hello. You need to get tough. You need to get that thick skin, and so that you can just say, you know, it doesn't matter what these people say, you know. But number two is to get a success partner, because when you get involved in Beachbody, within our little Beachbody world, and you get a couple of people to come around you and be close with you, you guys are going to lift each other up, and you are going to say, listen, like when you're like, oh my gosh, this person said this about me and I feel like a piece of crap. Like, what do I do? Like your friend or your success club partner is going to be like, listen, Amy, it's not the end of the world. Pick yourself up, get out there, and go invite more people. Because really, does their opinion matter? No. So you need somebody in your life that's going to be a success partner, that's going to talk you off of that cliff, that's going to encourage you, and just keep you moving forward. That is the biggest thing. Just keep moving forward regardless. And if you need a success partner, then just post it in our group. Say, hey, I'm, you know, Amy DeSanzo. I'm this, you know, I'm this rank. I'm looking for somebody a similar rank. Would anybody like to, you know, be my success partner? This is my goal for the year end. Then you can team up with somebody who's similar to you, and you guys can work together and rock your business and help each other when you guys are in a tough time. Okay. Moving on. Okay, inconsistency. This is another huge one that is just an obstacle for coaches. So, you know, we talk about the vital behaviors, right? And the reason why they're vital behaviors is because they're vital. Hello. You know, we need to take this seriously. We need to stay consistent in our business, and every single day do them, especially at the beginning. When you are just starting your business out, I can't tell you, people that you wouldn't even imagine are watching you. You're like under a microscope. They're like checking on your page every day. Oh, what's she doing? Oh, what's he doing? Oh, I saw that. Oh, Oh yeah, T25. Yeah, I've heard of that before. But they're not going to message you. They're not going to comment on your stuff. They're not going to like your stuff. They're literally just watching you. This is why consistency is so important, because if you just do a couple posts and then you drop off, and then you do a post and then you drop off, people are going to be like, well, they're not taking it seriously. So even if I am maybe interested in T25 or whatever it is, I'm not going to go with them because they're not showing me that they're serious about it. So, and that doesn't mean you have to be like this superhero and do everything perfect. No, that just means showing up. That means you show up, you can show that, listen, I'm a human, like I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to, go on vacation and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to, indulge a little bit more than usual. But come Monday, I'm back on track. And so talk about real life stuff. Talk about, how you get through your normal everyday life. Those little things that you might not think of, like, okay, how do I travel 6 hours in a car and not stop at a, fast food restaurant? How do I keep me and my family healthy for those 6 hours? Quick little meal prep video, how you do it. You bring your cooler, you're packing it up. There you go. Like something so easy that you do every day and you're just sharing it with the world. And now they're like, oh, I could do that. Like, that's so easy. Why didn't I think of that? But you have to show up for that consistency piece. If you're not showing up, people aren't going to want to reach out to you, work with you. It's just one of those things. You need to build a reputation. You need to build, I don't know what that word is. I can't think of it right now. But people need to look at you. So when they think of you, they're like, that's that girl who, is into health and fitness. Or that's that guy, oh yeah, he does crazy fitness moves. And there has to be something about you when they hear your name. Like, what are they going to think of? Are they going to think of, oh yeah, they're doing this program? You need to think about that. So do a gut check. Really look at yourself and be honest. Like, am I being consistent in my business? And in my world, consistency means you're posting every single day on social media at least 2 to 5 times. Not all health and fitness related. It doesn't have to be health and fitness related. And you don't have to do 5 times. I do not post 5 times a day. Every once in a while, there might be a day where I'm like, doing cool stuff and I'm like, whoa, yeah, like posting 5 times a day. However, usually it's like 3. Sometimes I have off days where it's like 1 or 2, but for the most part, it's 3 times a day and I'm consistent with it. And I'm consistently reaching out to people every single day. So I want you guys to think about this, how you would your fitness, right? So your health and fitness, you have to be consistent day in and day out with your health and fitness to see results, right? That's the only way you're going to see results, is if you're consistent. Yeah, of course, like you could have a cheat here and there. You could have a donut. You could have whatever. But for the most part, you're consistent. That's how you're seeing results, right? You got to be consistent. Well, your business is no different. You have to show up even when you don't feel like it. So when you got that workout in and you really didn't want to today, like you were tired, you were stressed, you really couldn't fit it in, but you did anyways, you have to do the same thing with your business. You need to stop making excuses and you need to just do it. Even if you just allot 5 to 10 minutes and you're like, I don't have a lot of time today, but I know that I have to message 5 people. Like, you go and you do it. You message 5 people, you do a quick post, and you at least got out there. You at least reached out to people. It does. And then tomorrow you can follow up with them. You don't have to respond right away. You can follow up with them. So when you're in a time crunch, don't say, I'm just not going to do it. Get focused and just quickly do it. And then tomorrow you schedule your time better and you can follow up and spend more time on those people. So think about it as, a farmer. Farmers have to be consistent. They have to plow the field at certain times. They have to plant the fields at certain times. They have to plant the seeds. They have to water them. Now, they do all of these things for weeks and months before they ever reap a harvest. So don't think that just because you're not seeing results right now, if you're doing all of those things, if you're doing everything right, don't think that those seeds won't grow. They will grow. You have to be consistent and patient. The seeds will grow. You have to be that farmer. You have to plant the field, water the field, plow the field. You have to fertilize the field. And then you wait for it to grow. But don't stop. Just because it's not growing and you didn't see results right away, don't say, okay, well, this week I'm not going to plant any more seeds. You have to continue to plant those seeds. Keep that pipeline growing. The more people you can talk to, the quicker your business will start to grow, the quicker that crop will come in. So a great book for this, if you have not read it yet, is The Compound Effect. It talks about how little small daily activities compound into great results. And, that's with anything. It could be bad results too. Like if you're choosing bad decisions to do, small little bad decisions every single day, that's going to compound into a disaster. So it could go either way, because any little decision you make is going to compound if you're doing it daily. So look at yourself and say, am I doing the right things I need to do every single day in order to grow, in order to build my business? Another good tool here for gauging your consistency is the business activity tracker. And I believe that's in our file section in our group. And this basically is just a list of things that you're going through on a daily basis that you can check off. You can say, okay, I invited 5 people today. Okay, I did my personal development. I drank my shake. I did my workout. I posted 3 times a day. Check, 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 right? So that you do for a week, and then you can look back, and when you see, what did I do wrong this week? Like I didn't have any results in my business. Like, what was it? And then you can look back and you can say, oh, okay, like I forgot to invite for like 3 days. It gives you a gauge to go by. So tracking your business is no different than tracking your health and fitness, right? You want to see results. So you're going to weigh yourself. You're going to make sure you drink your shake every day. You're going to make sure you get your workout in every day. That's you tracking. That's you doing it. If you, neglect to work out all week and, you cheat a little bit more often than you usually would, you're probably not going to see that scale go down. You're also probably not going to see that scale go down if you work out every single day and you decide to have cookies and donuts for every meal. So that is how you can be like, you can go back and be like, oh yeah, that meal plan, those cookies and donuts didn't work this week. I'm going to change it up. You have to have some type of gauge to go by, to go back and look and be like, okay, this is what I did great. This is what I need to work on. So utilize that. When I started as a Beachbody coach, like I did that every single week. And I turned it in. I turned it in to Melanie to make sure that she saw what I was or was not doing. I had accountability. So, just do it. And if you need to turn it into me, turn it into me. I mean, I can help you look at it and be like, okay, this is what we need to change and tweak, and this is what you're doing great. So have some accountability. That's another reason for a success partner. All right. 4, stop doing busy work. All right. Busyness does not mean that you're getting work done. Busyness does not mean that you're seeing results. We need to learn to do what's important first. So I want you to think about your day. When you go to work for Beachbody, for yourself, what do you spend your time doing? And I'm saying this because I'm guilty of this. I used to just scroll through the Facebook feed. Oh, what'd that person do today? Okay, keep scrolling. Oh, look at that video. Okay, keep scrolling. Oh, I haven't reached out to that person in a while. I'm going to message them. Okay, keep scrolling. Oh my gosh, did you see what this person just did? That's so cool. It's like we get so sidetracked. And then an hour later, we're like, oh my gosh, now I have to go pick up my son from school and I did nothing. I've done it. I've totally done it. Or Instagram, you're like, oh, I'm going to look up this hashtag. And then you're like scrolling through, you're like looking at everybody and you're not actually connecting with anybody. You're just looking at everybody and you're comparing yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, if I could only control my donut habit, like get focused. Do what you need to do to eliminate the distractions. There is what I did on my Facebook. I posted it in our one group, but I can post it in our normal group too. You can take off your newsfeed, like, so you don't see it. And so when you go on to Facebook, you can literally, you don't have a distraction there. You don't see like your mom posting and your cousin posting and you're getting all distracted. You can just go on and work. So it's been awesome for me because I am able to just get in there and get done what I need to get done. And it has some really cool quotes that comes up. Let me see if I can see what the one is right now. I think it was a good one. If I didn't exit out, I might have. Okay, here. This is the quote they have up right now. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack in will. So how appropriate is that, right? So they have like these cool quotes that get you motivated, that get you focused, and then you can go and do what you need to do, messaging people or whatever. So that's one thing I've done. And then just being aware of it. Like, what are my time wasters? Look at your day. Think about what it is that you're consuming your time with. Because honestly, like your business, getting the 3 vital behaviors done, especially, yes, you got your workout, like that's whatever time it is, but it shouldn't take that much time to get out there, do a post, and invite people, and then follow up with people. I mean, you can do all of this in an hour or less. So if you are sitting there and like spending all day on your phone or all day on Facebook or all day on Instagram, whatever it is, like you are just wasting your time. Beachbody isn't here to waste your time. Beachbody is here to give you a life, not take your life away. So be self-disciplined to realize what your time wasters are and then just choose to eliminate them in whatever way that you have to do it. So prioritize. This is a really great way to do it, is to write out a list of things to do in your business and things that you have to get done. And then you have to prioritize them and look at it in a way and ask yourself, what is it that is going to move my business forward? So, for example, if I say, okay, I'm creating a group and I need to make a Facebook cover photo for it. Because I like graphics and I like art and stuff and all of that, that's my, like, I want to do that right away. Like I want to do that. Like I'll create like t-shirts before doing anything I need to actually like for people to earn the t-shirt, because I just like designing stuff. So I realized but that's like a huge time waster for me because that's not pushing my business forward. Yeah, that's something I can do and I need to do eventually, creating this Facebook cover photo, but that's not something that I need to do right now. I need to like invite people to the group before I have a Facebook cover photo. So that's something I know that I struggle with because it's my nature. Like I love artsy things and graphics. So that's what I want to do first. And I'm like, but wait, that's not moving my business forward. Like that's a very minor detail that we could run an entire group and never have a Facebook photo. So, prioritize and say, what is going to move my business forward? Whatever those things are, AKA inviting, following up, making these posts, those are the things that are going to move your business forward. Another huge time waster is creating all these designs to create a post. How much time are you spending on a photo to make it pretty or put a quote on it, to find a quote, to then put a quote on it? How much time are you wasting just making a photo to throw it up on Facebook? Yes, content is important and your photo should be eye-catching, but Do not waste your time on trying to make it like the best picture you've ever put out there to the world when that's not going to make or break your business. You need to focus on getting it out there and then personally inviting, because the personal invitations is what people are actually going to respond to, especially as a new coach. You don't have a reputation yet as a go-to person. So you're going to build that over time through posting, but they have to get to know you first and get to know you as that go-to person. And when you're a brand new coach, it's that much more important to get out there and invite every single person you know personally, because that's how they're going to have that connection and want to work with you. Now, if you've been in the business for a while, I mean, the same thing goes. You can't just expect people to comment on your posts. I will tell you, there are tons of people that watch your posts that don't like them, that don't comment on them, but want to be in your groups. But they're never going to message you because they're just not that type of person. So you have to get out there and personally invite them. And so this is a key piece. That is one of the biggest priorities that need to be up there on the list in order to move your business forward. And then, of course, taking care of your people that you already have, right? You need to take care of them too. So prioritize and then get that power hour in, or power half an hour, power 10 minutes, however you need to schedule it for that day. You can still get a ton done in 10 minutes if it's focused time. Alrighty, then number 5 is getting serious about this business. Treat it like it is $1 million company, because it is. Treat it like that, because if you are just treating it like a hobby, you will only get hobby results. So, think about why you're here. Think about why you joined as a coach. Think about your dreams. Think about if you could do anything in the world, if you could have your dream life, what would that look like? Because Beachbody, if you put the work in, you learn, you grow, you build, you're consistent, can provide you with all of those things. But if you're not treating your business seriously, then you will never get there. But this business isn't biased. It's not a business where this person is going to work it better than this person, or, this person just got lucky, so they're going to be successful and I can't be because I don't know that many people. This is not a business that is biased. This is something where if you put the work in and you're consistent and patient, in time, it is going to give you what you have dreamed of. But you can't just give up, and you can't just expect quick results. You need to stay focused on your goals, stay focused on your dreams, and then put the work in, treating this like $1 million company. Like you are the CEO of this $1 million company, because you are the CEO of this business. So whatever you're putting in is what you're going to get out, whether it's hobby results or a $1 million company result. So think about, what it is, number 1, that your goals are. And number 2, are you working, putting the time in, putting the effort in to making that happen? This is not a get quick rich scheme. Yes, you can get rich doing this, for sure. You can create the most amazing life. But you have to be willing to put the work in. You have to be willing to be consistent. So I want you to think about that tonight. How are you treating this business? Do that gut check. Because I know some of you have such big goals and have such big dreams and have so much that you want for your life. And I want for you. But only you can make that happen. And I also want you to be prepared that this isn't going to happen overnight. That this is like that farmer. You have to plow the field. You have to then, plant those seeds. You have to water the crops consistently. You have to be patient, and you have to trust that this is going to pay off, because that is where the magic happens. If you can stay consistent and be patient and just not give up, you have to be relentless. This will grow and create that dream that you have always wanted. So know that it's going to take time, it's going to take work, but this is going to pay off in ways that, your 9-to-5 job will never do for you. And so that's what we're working for. We're not working for, to create this life that a normal 9-to-5 job would do. We're creating a life to go far above and beyond that. So this is your business. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to build that dream life, or are you going to just treat this like a hobby, get hobby results, and continue to live that mediocre life? The choice is yours, guys. So thank you guys for jumping on. Do you have any questions about the content or the common coach obstacles?
I just want to say, if you get the business tracker really confused like I did, because I hated that thing, I know I've said it before and I said it in the chat, but if you didn't see it, try Teamzy. It's amazing. It's super easy to use. You can get 30 days for free, so try it. And if you like it, I think it's like $29.99 a month, but it's definitely worth it. Like, I was one of those people that just scrolled through Facebook in the Messenger and was like, okay, I messaged them this day. But now I actually have a system, and it's helped me a lot in the last 2.5 months that I've been using it. So I definitely recommend it. It's super easy. So try it. And I actually, in our group, posted the training that I did one-on-one training because nobody else came on the call. But
are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's in the group, but it was the same night we had a coach sneak peek. So everybody was on that. But the training is posted somewhere in our group, so go back and look at it, and he explains everything, how to use it, and it's definitely worth the $30 a month. It pays itself back in selling one challenge pack. So yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I actually have not used that yet, but I could use that.
I'm in love with it. So
I wanted to say that this goes right along with a devotional that I just recently listened to. If you guys go to Elevation Church and download that app, there's an episode on there. They also have a podcast, but one episode is called The Seed is on Schedule. It goes perfectly along with what Amy said today. If you need that motivation, every once in a while I go back and listen to that, because it goes with anything that you need to be patient for and planting the seed and everything. So I just wanted to add that.
Awesome. I don't think I've listened to that one, but I love Stephen Furtick. Oh my gosh. He's the bomb. Total crush on him. He's amazing. Amazing. Yeah, so that's Elevation Church. Literally, they have the best messages. He also has 2 really amazing books, which I would highly, highly, highly recommend. One is called Crash the Chatterbox, and the other one is Unqualified. So, you have to read them. They're amazing. All right, anybody else? No? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the call tonight. Let's finish this month off strong. I know a lot of you are in, your Team Cup teams. Don't disappoint. Finish this month out. Get into the Changing Lives Club, and we are getting ready to go into the last portion of this year already almost, which is so scary. But I know that we are going to we're going to amp it up, and we are just going to kill the rest of this year. So if you guys have any questions after the call, go ahead. You can message me or just comment in our group. I'll be posting this call, so you share it with your team, tag your peeps in it, and let's share this, because it's, sometimes coaching can get a little discouraging, and we need to remember, these things, because it's going to move our business forward. Just remember, never, ever, ever give up, and never settle, because you are worth so much more. All right, guys, have a great night. Mwah! Love you.